Hey, Chris Mystery cleaning Windsor the File Coast. Wanted to put up a video today, just to set a few things straight. I have had interactions with a couple of people, and I'm not going to name names because it's not fair. I had a young lad contact me. He's 22 years old, and he really wants to start his own business, and you know, I've offered support where I can, and you tend to hear a lot of youngsters now that are sort of saying things like, oh, well, you know, I really don't know what direction I want to take in life, and blah blah, and all this sort of stuff. It's you know, being quite hard on himself, being quite negative, and you know, going into a bit of a background with this lad. He's, you know, he's had a few dramas at home. He's got issues with his, you know, sort of his children, you know, childcare. COVID's really hit him. He's, you know, he's affected his job. Mental health is taking a bit of a battering, what have you. You know, so it's quite understandable that he feels a bit low at this point, you know. But as far as job prospects go, and I am speaking from experience, and it is so easy for me to sit here and say this, and I'm, you know, that fact is not lost on me at all. So here it goes. All right, when you're 22 years old, right, you know, you're still figuring things out, okay? In the grand scheme of things, right, you know, considering most people are probably going to be living, you know, this generation probably going to be living until they're 80 or 90 years old, what have you. It's, you know, you've a long way to go yet. And if you're figuring things out now, then that's okay. If you are, you know, happy in what you're doing, then fantastic. And if you are not, then there is still time to change things around. There is no rush. No one is stood there with a stopwatch sort of timing you. You know, this is it is just the way it is. And I think with social media at the minute, you've got these people sort of living it large on Instagram, living it large on Facebook. And they're telling you they're living their best life and blah blah blah, and oh, and all this sort of stuff, and everything's just gravy. And in the vast majority of cases, I'm not going to lie, you can see straight through these people. You know, just because you are 22 years old and you have all these issues of sort of trying to all these issues that basically that you feel that life's getting on top of you. Right? It's not too late. You can still change things around. I did not start my business until I was 35. When I was 30 years old, we were living in a house in Blackpool. It wasn't even our house, it was my mother-in-law's house. I was working, you know, a number of part-time jobs all at once. You know, I was travelling great distances and paying great expense to sort of go and do these jobs just to scrape enough money together. And then was working on the weekends, on a Saturday doing window cleaning. And ironically, doing that gave me a direction, because I soon realised how much money was crossing my palm on a Saturday. And at one point, I had, so in the month, I broke up the month into 4 Saturdays, and I split everything across that, and I deliberately had Sunday to rest, or if I went away with the Army Reserve or something like that, I'd go away for a full weekend, what have you. But by and large, I split me work across 4 Saturdays. And one day, I remember on a Saturday, I earned close to 300 quid. Now, it wasn't all regular work, there was a deep clean in there, but if you took the big job out of it, I earned 150 quid in a day, on a Saturday, and that was my part-time job. And it dawned on me one time when I looked at my wage slip, and I was actually earning more doing this than I was working in retail or in a pub combined. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes I earned more on a Saturday than I did combined with my you know, sort of a full-time job. Now, I'm not that sort of person that will blow sunshine and smoke up your backside, right? I will not sit here and say, oh yeah, it's dead easy, blah blah. You know, it's the easiest thing in the world, starting a business. You could be like me, buy my course, all that crap. You know, forget it. I will say this: if you want to start a business, you know, start slowly. Start at the weekends. Start on a Saturday. Sacrifice one of your days off to go off and earn money. And if it fails, it fails. And if it works, fantastic. But this gives you the opportunity to try these things out. And, you know, ignore these people that are on social media sort of telling you, oh, well, you know, I'm living my best life. And there's, you know, picture hashtag, you know, living life on a beach and all this crap. And it's just like, you fake, you know. And I've called a number of my friends out for it, you know, for this crap, you know, this whole sort of look, you know, effectively, you know, attention, you know, me, it's all, you know, attention. It's like, it's a joke. It's ridiculous. So, if you're 22 years old and you're struggling, okay, you know you need to make changes. Now, I'm not the sort of person, I'm not going to turn around and say, you should do this, or you should do that, or you should do the other. You should do what makes you happy, right? Or work your way, or work your way into a position where you are happy. You know, your life is your life. And you've got to stop thinking about what other people think. There are people, to this day, 5 years on, my business is thriving, okay? And there are people still 5 years on, you know, asking me, you know, oh, well, you know, you're going to get a real job. And it's like, you know, sometimes it's a bit of a joke. Sometimes they're being deadly serious. They don't regard this as a business. And I'm okay with that. I don't give a toss what people think of me. I put these videos out to sort of help people as best I can, to give a little value, and to all right, it sounds contrived, to give a bit back. You know, because I would have killed to have someone on a YouTube channel in the UK show me the way and all this sort of stuff. And admittedly, I was a bit late to the whole social media sort of stuff, because of what I've just mentioned, is the fact that there's so much fakery on there. There's so many, you know, people sort of hashtag love life and freaking hustle and all this sort of stuff, and it's a load of shit. Excuse my French. I know I've been pulled up for me swearing, but it is an absolute load of crap. And you need to sort of put things in perspective. You know, stop beating yourselves up. There are enough people out there in real life that will just beat you up for free. You don't need to jump in and help them. You know, this is not a criticism. You know, the lad I'm talking to, I'm looking right at the camera. The guy I'm talking to knows, you know, we've spoken over the phone. He knows who he is. He knows what he needs to do. You know what I mean? This is not targeted at sort of getting freaking attention. I couldn't give a crap about attention. As long as I'm helping people, as long as people getting value out of what I'm doing, everyone else can just, you know, go to the devil. I don't care. So, yeah, let's sum up, right? If you're suffering, okay, reach out, talk to someone, okay? You know, if you need advice, seek advice. In this world, you don't ask, don't get. You know, I'm not sort of trying to beat up on people, but, you know, just, you know, have a bit of perspective. You know, it's not the end of the world. You can change. If you're not truly unhappy, you can make changes, but these changes will require sacrifice. You know.